truth. And I think Bishop Barron's made a good point. We need to lead with beauty. I would even go further in saying we need to lead with relationship.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is I'm thinking about even the kids in my own house, much less the other young people that I know today. And they really don't care about what you're going to tell them unless they trust you, right? And they're not going to trust you unless they get to know you a little bit, right? They need to know that that authority that's speaking into my life is trustworthy. Do you find that's the case with the young people that you're dealing with too?
100%. Yes, absolutely. There is the, the old saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah.
But that's just a way to try to encapsulate what we've discovered. And so one of the things that I keep coming back to so often is telling our students and trying to just impart this is that the gospel won't be advanced from a stage. It'll move forward through family and through friendships, basically through relationships is how we are in a new place in our age. So one of my favorite resources that has come out in the last year has been from Christendom to Apostolic Mission. If you've read that book from
yeah,
where it just reframes so powerfully and so clearly the fact that, okay, if I'm going to rely upon institutions to evangelize the culture, then I'm relying upon the wrong thing. Yes, the church is an institution. Yes, it's still going to be a present thing, but we have to think ourselves as foreigners and strangers coming into a culture that in such a way that we don't have any credibility on its face. So I remember when I was in high school and college, one of the things, if you wanted to say that you were a good person, you wanted to indicate something like, can I trust you? Oh yeah. No, I go to church every weekend.
Exactly.
I go to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
Or I pray. I'm Catholic. Of course you can trust me. I'm Catholic. I remember actually appealing to this at some point in college. Someone had, I don't know who it was, I can't remember the context, but I remember thinking, and maybe even saying, oh, of course you can. I'm Catholic. And actually the person was like, oh, okay, great.
Cool. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And now that would not be the conclusion is oh, great, I can trust you. It would be, oh, so you must hate people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the other thing, right? So the Catholic Church has been painted with, again, our culture and our church. The culture has said that, unless you agree with these things, and unless you are on board with these certain things, then you are one of the bad guys. You're one of the black hats that has come into town, and we need to get rid of you. And so that's an unthinking position to take because it's not 100% true. On the other hand, here is the church that hasn't necessarily always led with love and truth combined. And sometimes we try. I have, and you do too. How many times have you said, no, we don't hate anyone. Here's the truth of the church, and here's the church's teaching. Isn't that beautiful? It might be challenging, but it's still loving. And someone's like, nope, I just plug my ears. I don't need to hear that.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about this, and I think we're on the same bandwidth, right? We got to have relationships. We got to build this trust. Mm-hmm. We got to invest in people. It's inefficient, right? It's not like we can do this in just some big program. It's not an institutional thing. And in fact, sometimes the institutional things get in the way, right? Because the modus operandi of the church, if we think institutionally, is let's put on a class, let's put on a program, let's run this thing. And of course, nothing's wrong with those, right? Nothing's wrong with any of that. But unless we do it personally and we're investing in these people, then that's not going to, make the difference in these young people's lives, especially. So if the way we've been operating for generations now is different, how do we start to make that shift?